Hello, world. So this is my first online discussion for a book reading, and today I have very dear friends with me who are going to help me to discuss this book and do a reading for my second novel, Lover of Her Soul. So today, joining me, I've got my sister, Jechi. I've got Lolita joining us from London. Rashida in Atlanta, Sangma, who's just got her profile up, and the inimitable Tosinger. Ladies, thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome.
Y'all can speak, you know. It's okay.
You're welcome.
There's Sangma's face. I got her right there. Isn't she pretty? And if you don't recognize Sangma, or maybe you will, she's on the cover of the book.
Oh, I was going to say she looks familiar.
She looks very familiar because she's on the cover.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to get initial reactions from...
So does this mean I can be your third cover model?
No, Rashida's got the third cover. Rashida right here, she's got the third cover.
I thought as a sister I would get first choice, but apparently not.
You get nothing. You get absolutely nothing.
Not even a free book.
I didn't send you a free book. I did send you a free book. I emailed it to you.
Yeah, to edit.
To edit, yeah. Do some work. So I wanted to get initial reactions from everyone who's actually finished reading the book. My own editor sister hasn't even finished reading it. Shame on her.
I started at 5 this morning, and I'm up to page 160 out of 233. I think that's awesome.
For a conversation you're supposed to have today. All right.
Exactly.
So I'm going to start with Lolita. I'm going to ask you, what were your first reactions of the book thematically? What did you think?
Well, the first few pages annoyed the hell out of me. I got rage. That woman.
And who did you find that woman?
Oh, it's just, you know, I just wanted to punch her myself, you know. And I think it was a good start to the book because he hooked me. Because with books, if it doesn't hook me in the first couple of pages, then I forget about it. So I needed to read more after that. But I thought it was really good. But I just felt that, especially the ending, I don't know, maybe I'm a romantic and I believe in fairy tales, but I needed him to kind of give her a bit more grief. Because he just took her back like, you know, that's all right. He treated me like shit, but, you know, it's so good. You know?
Oh, God, that's hilarious. Rashida, I see you laughing. What did you think?
No, I just thought it was I mean, when you were saying he just took her back, like, oh, you treated me like shit, but it's okay. But that's how men are. They you know, while they're emotional, they forgive really easily if they love you.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Would you agree with that? Well, you're probably not there yet.
You know, so thanks for ruining it, but I knew that was going to happen. That it'll be ruined. There was a chance I was willing to take.
Well, I appreciate you taking that chance. So, Tosinger, tell us what your initial reactions were, and do you agree? Do you think that men are more forgiving to, you know, take women back, even though when they treated them like crap?
Okay, my first reaction, of course, you know, I'm looking at it from a Nigerian point of view, since he chose to use Nigerian characters. Yeah, so yeah, of course, like what's her name? Lolita. Like Lolita said, I mean, the first few scenarios were very will draw you in, especially when you see. I don't know why it's such a blanket situation when it comes to mother-in-law. She wasn't even a mother-in-law yet. She was a mother-in-law to be, and she was behaving that way. So, yeah, you kind of relate to that because you've come across a lot of familiar stories like that in real life, where mothers-in-law to be are so into the relationships of their son, especially if they're like an only son and they're very doting. And I mean, it's very it's. What was the question again? Sorry.
No, you were on the right track.
Not in the right place. Okay. Is it forgiving? Are men more forgiving when they accept women? Is that
Yeah,
what?
that was the second question.
Okay. I guess I'm not the right person to answer that question, but from stories that I hear around me, I don't think they are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
From people's experiences, they are not. From what I've come across, people's friends' experiences, I've never really seen a lot of situations like that where the men are quick to, especially when they're the ones that fumble, and they are quick to accept the because you know that thing about 7 women to 1 man. There's a lot of women out there, so once they're done, and even if they're the ones that fumble, they just move on. It's easier for men to move on than women. Women still hold on to the strings.
But is that if a man is really, really, really in love with the woman, or if it's just, oh, this is my plaything? You know, I feel like if I haven't finished the book, but I feel like if the man is really in love with her, I think he's probably more willing to forgive than a woman would be. But that's just, a thought. It could be totally, wrong, because I've never had to go back to a man before to ask him to forgive me. But
The guy in this book, I don't think he was really in love with her, really, because if he was, he wouldn't let her go.
We're
He wouldn't
talking.
let what his mother says affect.
oh, I thought we were talking. So, like I said, I haven't finished the book, so I'm thinking you're talking about the Shoemaker.
Oh, that's like the very end.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Shoemaker?
Well, I was.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I thought we were talking about Femi, the guy in the beginning.
Does he take her back? Who takes her back?
No, he didn't take her back. He let her go.
Oh, no, he wasn't in love with her. I thought
Yeah,
we were talking about the Shoemaker.
yeah, the Shoemaker was in love.
So do you think, so let's just lay it out for the people who have not read the book. So we've got Femi that we're talking about, that Tosinger was talking about initially. Let me put the camera on me. Oops. We're talking about Femi, who was her fiance in the beginning, and his mother kind of just broke them up. And then we've got Akoto, who is the shoemaker, who has essentially been in love with her for, since they were kids, and then they, they reconnected. And so just to lay out the characters for those who are watching. So realistically, do you think that, so like to Adro's point, it can a man, if he's really in love with you, I guess he could. Has anybody had that experience where, you've treated a guy like crap and then, you work it out? And do you even want him after that? Like, just hypothetically, do you want a guy like that back? I'll ask Lolita.
Nah, because it means you can just treat him like crap all the time.
Rashida, what do you say?
You need a man that kind of, yeah, he needs to like show some strength, because we all think we want, a nice guy, but we all like the bad boy a little bit. So you want a guy who will just not take you back because, you've misbehaved and he's in love with you that much. And
Anybody there?
Hello, something happened.
Something happened. I don't know. Is everybody there?
I'm back.
Okay, great. I don't know what the heck that was.
Did it kick everybody out?
Yeah.
I think it kicked most people out. All right, but everybody's back. Cool. All right, so Lolly, you were saying that, you don't want a guy like that because you could treat him like crap, and then...
yeah, you kind of, because I'm quite strong-willed, so I kind of want a guy that would not put me in my place, but just go, no. Do you know what I mean? That would just be like, you're taking the piss now. Sort yourself out.
Well, on that note, and I'm sorry if I cut into anybody, because there's a lag, so I don't know if I'm actually cutting somebody's conversation off. But on that note, if, and again, I haven't read the book, but I'm thinking, as a female, if you've hurt somebody a lot and you know that that person is really in love with you, I would think that you would never do that again to that person if you're really in love with them. So even if he takes you, especially if he takes you back, I think that you wouldn't actually, try and hurt his feelings anymore. You've known what you've done, you've hurt him, and you don't want to do that anymore because you love him.
Right.
I agree. I don't know. I don't necessarily. I've never treated anyone poorly, but I do have a friend who definitely treated a boyfriend really bad, and they ended up, reconnecting and getting married and having a baby and all of that. But and like I said, that's why I kind of feel like I've seen guys take women back for horrible offenses, and it's just like the old adage. There are some really hopeless romantic men out here, and they're worse than a lot of women in some instances. Because I was like, I would take her back.
Right. So in this instance, it's like, okay, Adra, I hate to spoil this for you, but you know the premise of the story. Hey, just roll with it. So he is he's a shoemaker, and a shoemaker in Ghana isn't, and I think probably most of West Africa, isn't somebody who necessarily makes shoes. It's a shoe repair guy. He's poor. And so her reasons for breaking up with him, or like not even considering to take the relationship further than physical satisfaction, is because he is poor, and so it's a type of prejudice. So can you understand, or do you think Akato should have been more understanding of where her situation, because she is part of the aristocracy, she's wealthy, she's got all these amenities and all this power at her disposal, and he's a shoemaker. So should he have been more understanding of that, and should he have set his expectations a little lower? Tosingar, I'll ask you.
Okay, I don't know about others. Love is blind. I mean, we always hear that saying, "Love is blind." So if it's really deep, there's some rare true loves like that. Like I guess like with Ruby Dee and Aussie kind of love. So, where financial, I'm not saying they're like that, but I'm just saying if that love was that deep, things like economic status may not, matter. Their love will conquer that. It won't be easy because of all the societal expectations. You're from a wealthy family, what are you doing with the shoe repairman? But as you can see in this case, love won at the end of the day. And but in today's age, in reality, the book is reality in some ways, because you see a lot of so-called blue-collar professions that are doing so well, especially if they have developed their entrepreneurial skills and they later in life progress and they become millionaires, especially if they're with their partners who believe in them. That gives them the boost, and they do well. They own line. Let's say they're a tailor. They have a lot of fashion design shops, and then they become wealthier later. So that's what they always say. There's a Yoruba proverb, for example, that says, "Mafoju, mafoju." That means don't look down on someone because of where they are now. You never know what they will become tomorrow. So I know it's easier said than done, especially in today's age where a man has to be financially stable before you never even really know, especially if someone is already wealthy, if the lady is loving them for their money, or they really love them for their. So I think to answer your question, in some exceptional cases of true deep love, all the aristocracy and financial level no matter, as we can see in the case of the lover of her soul.
Okay. Adj, what do you have to say to that?
Go ahead. Am I interrupting? I can't tell.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I would say that I definitely put myself in her shoes, and I have told guys, we're not going to be anything real. I mean, if you want to, it is what it is, and it's not a bad thing. It's just a situation where you kind of have to know what you want for yourself, and it's okay to share some space with people, but doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be married.
I
Right.
think most women want a partner that they can either be equal to or they can look up to. They don't want to be dragging somebody along, right? So, um, for him, it's like, well, all I am is a shoemaker. All I have is my pride. I haven't read the book again, but in my mind, like where I am in the book, I feel like it's all I have is my pride. That's all I can offer you. So, for I think it was a come up for him. So he shouldn't be expecting more from her. It's like, look, you know, whatever the person that's disadvantaging this relationship is you. Like for real, if you think about it. And for him, he should have been as a man. He should have been like, well, where I am in the book. What's going on?
I
Yeah,
don't know. It's like a wicked echo.
Are we fixed?
Did something happen?
Not on my end.
not on my end.
Crazy.
So, as I was saying, for him, he should have been more like, well, we're not at the same status, and I should want to provide for you, and I don't know, but I can't see many men unless I can't see many men accepting a woman that is so far above his means where he can't even provide for her. Like he can't even probably take her out to dinner and pay for her dinner. Like the whole bringing a polythene bag. I mean, seriously, dude. Like you might as well just held it in your hands and given it to her in your hands. Like I was just thinking a polythene bag from the markets. It was just so funny. But I mean, it's just I don't know. For me, I felt like he was the one getting the best part of the relationship. He got the woman, and he got a woman who's rich.
Okay, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties here. So, this is crap. I'm gonna have to stop the hangout and call you back. This is so. Is everyone still there?
Yep.
I am Tosin.
Okay. This is crap. Okay, so
Technology 2014, and we still
I'm
can't get a
saying,
hang
I can't figure out because I'm on a Mac and I don't like it. I'm on Marshall's
back to
Mac.
the PC.
Back to the PC. I need my PC. All right, so yeah, Adjua, we'll just keep going, and unfortunately, the camera's just going to be on your face for the rest of the time because I can't even like turn it off. I can't turn it off. But huh?
Lolita and Rashida, I don't see them.
Okay.
So how about somebody else talk so that it doesn't stay on my face?
Back to the PC. I need my PC. All right, so yeah, Adjua, we'll just keep going, and unfortunately, the camera's just going to be on your face for the rest of the time because I can't even like turn it off. I can't turn it off. But huh?
Lolita and Rashida, I don't see them.
Okay.
So how about somebody else talk so that it doesn't stay on my face?
You guys still there? Back to the PC. Oh shoot. Damn it, guys.
I'm here.
Oh, everybody's there. All right. So you know what is gonna happen? This thing is just gonna keep recording, and then I'm gonna figure out how to stop it. But somehow I figured out that Misty's here. Misty, you there?
Misty has been here.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see Misty. Hey, Misty.
Maybe
I'm
she left.
Oh, whatever. So So, oh, dang. So realistically, Adge, what you were saying is that he got the better end of the bargain.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, and as a man, I think that. So I take back the whole pride thing, because as a man, I feel like you should be too proud to be like, to let this woman. Like I said, all you can offer is your shoemaking skills. And granted, she has a lot of shoes, so you can be self-employed with her. But at the same time, like as a man, you should want to be able to be the provider. Because I know for me, just out of personal experience, it's like I just based on my character, I can't have a man that I'm dragging behind. Like we need to be running in the same lane, or you need to be ahead of me, because if I want something, I know I can afford it for myself, but maybe I just want you to get it for me, like once in a while, you know? And I
That's real.
think and I don't think there's anything wrong with being like love conquering all and everything, but seriously, for me, because I'm very selfish, everybody now you know that I'm very selfish, and I like material things, but love can't put shoes on my feet, and can't, put
But in this case, love can put shoes on your feet.
how?
He's a
Oh yeah,
shoemaker.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he is a shoemaker, so he does. But seriously, like for me, I just felt like he got the better end of the stick, and as a man, he probably should have. I would feel like he should better his status before he steps to her.
Okay, so Rashida, are you still there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to speak to that, because you know what happens at the end of the book, because Ajwa makes a very good point. So she's like, you can't be poor and step to a woman of that status. So you knowing what you know at the end of the book, where he does come up, do you think that that's accurate, or do you think that what do you think? Let me not put words in your mouth.
Well, what I do think is, while in a normal sense, you're right. You should get your things together and approach a woman. But
Oh no, did we
when
miss
you're in
somebody?
love with someone and you have these feelings, how do you just sit on them? How do you just not, if you really really love someone, how do you be in their presence and not want more? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. That I mean, and
I can't hear.
that's. Let me see if I can. Oh no, I'm up.
She's not on mute. I can hear her fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just don't know, even because I've been in a relationship where I've earned more than who I was with for a considerable amount of time. And I don't necessarily think that that's a make or break of a relationship, especially if you can have open lines of communication about it and you know what it is before you enter it. And if you love someone, like you said, I mean, not that it conquers all and we're going to have a great relationship. There are going to be challenges to it. I mean, but that's any relationship. I've also been on the flip side of it. I've been with a man who had lots of money and treated me like a possession.
Mm.
So, which
So I
one
didn't
is
hear
better
anything
than
she
the other?
said. If she's still talking, I apologize for interrupting, but can you give a brief rundown of what she said?
Oh my God, I can't believe you can't hear anything she said.
I heard nothing.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you.
This is crazy. All right, we're shutting it down. We're shutting it down. I'm gonna figure out how to shut it down. Okay, can everybody else hear me?
I
Yeah.
All right, all right. I'm gonna figure out how to shut this down. We're gonna restart. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is crazy. You guys here?
I'm still